here to help me find out what story we're going to be reading today. Let's have a look. So this story we're reading today is set in Africa, which is this large continent here on my globe. Now in this story we're going to meet some animals that you can find in Africa. We might see some lions, maybe some monkeys or chimpanzees, and even some zebras. Now the animals in this story, they are all going to a jungle dance which will be full of really exciting, maybe African music. So I've bought my CD player so later I can listen to that music and have a little sing along and dance too. Now unfortunately the main character in our story, Gerald the giraffe, he can't dance and he's feeling really nervous about going to the jungle dance. I'll leave Gerald up there, he can listen along with us to his story. So we're going to be reading Giraffes Can't Dance by Giles Andres and Guy Parker Rees. Let's find out if Gerald ever gets to go to the dance and if he's able to dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully bandy and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots on trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when that day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really rather bad. The warthog started waltzing, and the rhinos rocked and rolled. The lions danced the tango, which was elegant and bold. The chimps all did the cha-cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, but the lions saw him coming and soon began to roar. "Hey, look at that clumsy Gerald," the animals all laughed. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, don't be daft." Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and started walking home. He never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a light clearing and he looked up to the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but something, when you're different, you just need a different type of song." Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that that lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swooshing around. He threw his arms out sideways, he swung them everywhere, then did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I'm dancing, yes, I'm dancing, I am dancing," Gerald cried. Then one by one each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." "How is it that you can dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twizzled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head up and looked up at the moon and the stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find that music that we love." Now I chose that story because it made me realise how that we all find things hard, a bit like Gerald the giraffe couldn't dance, but with a little encouragement from our friends, like the little cricket in the story, we should keep trying and persevere and not give up. And then once we overcome those challenges, we'll feel really proud of ourselves, just like Gerald did in the story. I hope you enjoyed it.